Hi, dear friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram today. And what we are going to look at today is one of those tied matches that happened yesterday between Australia and West Indies. As you know, this one-day series has been very, very tightly contested. In fact, West Indies picking up their first win the other day in the second one-day international. Not only that, they picked it up after probably 5 or 6 years, and that was something. And then it was a public holiday declared on Tuesday, and everyone flocked to the ground at the Arnoldsville to actually watch this match between West Indies and Australia. And let me tell you, everybody got value for their money because the match got tied and it can't be closer. This series has been one-day series probably in history has been very, very evenly contested. Both are not giving away any inch, and it's really, really looking like the next two matches are also going to be crackers for sure. So let's look at what really happened there. But just telling you that Kemar Roach actually one run was required for West Indies to actually win the match. And well, I thought Kemar Roach could have just waited because there were still two more balls to come in that particular over, and Darren Sammy could have cracked that. But Kemar Roach, probably a mindless running on his part, he ran to the strikers, and Darren Sammy was puzzled, and both of them at the strikers end, and that was all over. The stumps had been broken down, and Darren Sammy was run out. Very unfortunately, the 10th wicket was gone. There was only one wicket to go, which I'll be just telling you what exactly happened there at the Kingstown at the Arnoldsville ground there. But right now, I'm going to talk about the match, and then I'll take you to the climax. Well, as far as this match is concerned, it was Australia who actually won the toss in this third one-day international here, played at the Arnoldsville ground in Kingstown. This is the third match which is being played here. As you know, the pitch was slow. They went in with Nathan Lyon for the first time, which was a very good move on the part of Australia because they knew that the pitch was slow and low, and also it was turning. Well, Australia, they started off with what they scored, because I'm not going to go into those details because the match is already over, so it's quite a long time since I'm reporting for this match. So 220 was what Australia put up on the board. As far as Australia were concerned, it was David Warner who made 37 of 51 balls with 6 fours, Shane Watson making 10 of 14 balls, and George Bailey. In fact, Australia were in a bad situation at 58 for 3. A recovery was staged by this partnership between George Bailey, who's been looking very impressive, 59 of his first international tour, 59 of 87 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Michael Hussey also gave him admirable company, and this was the partnership which enabled Australia to put up 220 on the board. So thanks to Hussey and Bailey, that Australia won the match, because Hussey made 67 of 95 balls with 4 fours and 1 6, and that was a very sweet little partnership. In fact, it was the highest 112 run partnership, which really, really enabled Australia to win, to actually put up 220 on the board. Other than that, I had actually talked about this knock. 220 was what Australia put up on the board. This was what I talked about yesterday in my half report, I would say. And the bowling figures, Kemar Roach had 2 for 42, bowled well. Bravo was on. I think I've already spoken about the bowling figures, so let me not get into it. Let's talk about the West Indian innings. West Indian innings, it was Kieron Powell and Johnson Charles in charge as far as the openers are concerned. But as I said, there were two spinners today. There was Xavier Doherty and Nathan Lyon, and it was a good combination. Xavier Doherty, well, he bowled very well. He had 2 for 30, and then 3 for 30 for Shane Watson, who, as I said, is a very improved bowler. 2 for 50 for Clint McKay, unfortunately, was a bit costly today. And Nathan Lyon bowled 8 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 41, and 1 for 52 to Brett Lee, who bowled that last over with all his experience. Well, looking at the match, Kieron Powell was the first to go. He was stumped by Matthew Wade of the bowling of Xavier Doherty for 12 of 18 balls with 1 6. Johnson Charles was continuing to impress. He was, in fact, the highest scorer in that particular match yesterday. And what is very good to see about Johnson Charles was that he gets a lot of time to play his strokes. And, one of the strokes that he played of the Brett Lee was just imperiously dismissed for a boundary, and looks like a fine prospect. So Johnson Charles contributed 45, 56 balls, 7 fours and 1 6. And then there was a lot of wickets falling because Marlon Samuels was dismissed cheaply. LBW Watson for 2. Darren Bravo fell to Shane Watson for a duck, and that made the score look a bit dicey at 78 for 5, and Dwayne Bravo departed to the bowling of Xavier Doherty. And that made the score look very bad, and it looked like West Indies whether they would be able to do it, because the persons in charge were Kieron Pollard and Andre Russell. Yes, they were two all-rounders, but again it was a stiff task on such a very, very dicey pitch here. But I thought Kieron Pollard played very well. He hit those very good sixes. In fact, he hit 1 6 out of the ground of the bowling of Clint McKay. Andre Russell also did the same. So the lower order, I mean, West Indies probably every time it has been seen that the middle and lower order has been a bit, crumbling type. But Kieron Pollard succeeded in making 36 of 43 balls with 2 4s and 2 6. Good contributions coming in from Carlton Bogg, the wicketkeeper, who has looked very good according to me. He made 33 of 69 balls with 3 4s. And Andre Russell, the all-rounder, also taking learning a lesson from Kieron Pollard and crunching one of the sixes, high above the ground, which was a very good six. So Andre Russell made 37 of 42 balls with 3 4s and 1 6. This was good to see, because there are good two genuine all-rounders there, Kieron Pollard and Andre Russell, and the wicketkeeper Carlton Bogg also coming to the party. And that's what enabled West Indies to run this Australian team close to 220. Sammy was there. Sunil Narine also cracked 2 boundaries in his score of 10 balls, which was important. And now let me take you down to the last over, which Brett Lee was bowling. It was all set because of Andrew Russell, Carlton Bogg and Kieron Pollard contributing. The West Indians got very close. It all happened like this. We are in the 50th over here, and it is Brett Lee who is bowling. And in fact, there are 6 needed from end of over 49. The score is at 214 for 9. So basically they require 7 runs to win the match. In comes Brett Lee and bowls to Sammy. And Sammy has taken a single here because with an inside edge, went into mid-wicket, and a single has been taken. So Roach will be taking strike now, and it will be 6 needed from 5 balls. Well, Kemar Roach is on strike as Brett Lee comments a good delivery. It was a good length delivery, but Roach has done well here to put the ball past point and take a single. So that's good. So 2 runs now of 2 balls. And the third delivery, in comes Brett Lee to Sammy, and Sammy crashes that ball through mid-wicket for a boundary. What a shot it was. So now West Indies are requiring only 1 for victory, and Darren Sammy at the crease with Brett Lee coming in. Comes in and bowls to Sammy. Sammy has steered it to point, but Kemar Roach has run all the way to the striker's end. And this is going to be very serious. Yes, it's all over. The match has tied. It is gone. The stumps have been taken out. In fact, it was a mindless running from Kemar Roach, who ran to the striker's end where Sammy was still there. There were 2 more balls to go and just 1 wicket. And West Indies have tied this match. Well, this is unbelievable. In fact, Australians are rejoicing because they would have thought with Sammy on strike and with 2 balls to go, Sammy could have definitely done that for them. It's absolute disaster here for West Indies. West Indies, they could have won this match, but the match has been tied and the series stands level at 1-1. What an interesting match we had here on Oswale, and it can't get more interesting than this. Well, Darren Sammy is just standing there and absolutely puzzled when Kemar Roach, mindless running. He knows Darren Sammy can do it, and he has just glided it to point, and Kemar Roach, without even seeing whether Darren Sammy is responding, Darren Sammy was standing at the crease, and Kemar Roach has gone there. I think that Kemar Roach has lost this match for West Indies. He has to be guilty about that. He could have just waited for Darren Sammy to respond. But before that he has run, and I think that was mindless running, and I'm sure Roach will learn from this experience and he'll be a much better player in the forthcoming matches in the future. Well, unfortunately, so the match has been tied. Australians are rejoicing. 220, both the teams are tied, and the series stands level at 1-1, and what an exciting series this has been. Now we go on to the 4th one-day international and 5th one-day, so all the 2 matches are going to be crackers according to me, because that is what has been the trend. Well, another thing that I would like to talk about is telling you that tomorrow Bangladesh take on Bangladesh for the first time in their history take on Pakistan in Asia Cup 2012. That too in front of the home crowd. If they could create history by actually beating Pakistan, that would be great for them. But Pakistan definitely are not going to allow that. They are going to see to it that they lift their 2nd Asia Cup in their history. Whether what is going to happen will be known tomorrow, but let me tell you, if Bangladesh win, the fans in Bangladesh are going to go real wild. And why not? As I said, Bangladesh would open a new chapter in their cricket history. Whether that happens or whether Pakistan wins the second Asia Cup tomorrow, it remains to be seen. That's it from me, and keep an eye on that. I'll be back with a full match report on that very a key game happening tomorrow. So Asia Cup 2012 finals, Bangladesh for the first time, Pakistan if they could win, that will be the second Asia Cup. So and good luck to both the teams. And this is Ram signing off for the day. Thank you.